they're going to say on both sides, this has been a long, challenging few weeks. And we really do appreciate both Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and the Republican leader Boehner. We do appreciate them putting aside their differences in order to come together to get this deal done for the American people. Now comes Pastor Dowell's commentary. Basically, what they've done is kick the can down the road again until January the 15th, allowing themselves to be able to function until February 2014. They'll be back at the table again with the same old dog and pony show to try to muscle each other. Basically, the reason why it's been a hard couple of weeks here is because we can't get what we want from each other. Democrats don't want to give the Republicans nothing. Republicans don't want to give the Democrats nothing. What do you mean give them nothing? I mean, I thought this was all about the debt ceiling. No, this is about programs and laws that are working behind the scenes, flying under the radar, that is going to be to the advantage of the corporations, their constituents, and who they represent. And it's not you, the people. And so, you can call it all you want avoiding pain. But the pain is inevitable. I know that many of you people just do not get the fundamentals of economics. You don't understand money at all. You just don't understand what's going on. What's happening is, I'll tell you what each one of y'all do. Especially if you just had a newborn son or daughter, I want you to stop this video, pause it for a second, and look at them. And if you got teenage children, I want you to stop this video for a second, pause, and look at them. And the teenagers that can understand, I want you to look at them in the eye and tell them, son or daughter or children in general, because you don't have kids. Kids are goats. So you tell them, you're sorry for the sorriest country in the world that you live in, because basically you're going to be slaves to the government in your future. Just like there's no jobs right now, there won't be any jobs then. And because of the type of leadership that the powers that be, not the people in America, have chosen to put over us to gut this country and to run it in the ground, we're all sitting here helpless and we have nothing to do. They're going to saddle you with more debt, inevitably with more inflation. And we're paying $3 a gallon for gas now. In Hawaii, they're paying $5 and $6 a gallon. I know because I just left there a few months ago. But I would tell you this. Things keep going the way they're going. By the time you get 30, you're going to be paying $8 and $10, $15 a gallon for gas. Because they continue to keep saddling the debt of this country by these pigs and dogs up here who don't know how to balance a checkbook and neither have the stomach for it, because all they care about is their political futures. And so they don't want to do what's necessary. And nobody wants to be the fall guy for how sad, sick, and sorry this country has become. The greatest creditor country in the world at one time, now the greatest debtor country in the world. And for that, we can thank the idiots way back then who signed this country down the tubes when the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 came into play. And within the last 4, 5, 6 years, when they put that black president up there, or let's say that Oreo president up there called Barack Hussein Obama, they put an Oreo up there so they can play both sides of the fence. So that way, anytime he wants, he can pick one of the sides he can play. And it's nothing racist, just telling the truth. He has doubled the amount of debt that we had even for all the 200 years that the country has been in inception. So you don't have a future to look forward to. There's no need in going to school because higher education is just going to saddle you with more debt, because when you graduate, you won't be able to find a job. Nobody's going to want to hire you anyway, because in order to get on the job, they want you to have experience. And how can you get experience since you've been in college all this time? And the only people that's really going to be making a lot of money is those who go into the law field, but that's being flooded right now. Nobody wants to get out because they're making money suing each other, the companies. So this is the country that you've got to look forward to. They're going to follow the history of Rome to where entertainment and distraction is the norm of the hour. Movies, movies, movies. The modern day gladiator coliseums, the Roman coliseums, the football field, the NFL. All this stuff. This is what you looked at. But since I am a loving parent and I'm looking at you in your eyes, I'm going to give you the best inheritance that you can ever have. And it's not money, because we don't have any. We're bankrupt. We're broke as a country. The best inheritance I can give you is wisdom, and teach you how to plant a bean plant and a cucumber. To teach you how to plow fields and work with your hands until you get some calluses on them to be able to provide food and shelter for your family. Because it's going to be by the sweat of your brow, son or daughter, that you're going to make it in this next environment right here. Because nobody's going to give you anything. The food that we buy at the stores are genetically modified, chemically induced. They're causing sickness and diseases, brain tumors and cancers and stuff. So the best advice I can give you is learn how to sweat. Learn how to think independently of this system. Learn how to farm. Learn how to grow your own food. Get heirloom seeds. Learn how to live simple, because we're going back to where we started from. Because the powers that be is done with this country. Now, I told you people that the only solution they're going to have is just increase the debt. And no matter what undermining programs or no matter what undermining deals, backroom deals that are done and stuff, all for the corporations, you and I are not included in any of them. And that's the reason why the fight is so long, because nobody wants to bend and nobody wants to give, because everybody wants to take. That's this country. And the news media, mainstream news media, half of the alternative news media is not going to do it, because you know what's going on in the alternative news media source nowadays is that many of them are getting up there, they're getting popular, and they're starting to get a little bit of communication from the big news companies, news sources, and they're letting them know that they're watching them. So you're going to watch them slowly kowtow and slowly cater to the big networks. Why? Because one day they're hoping that they're going to get under there, but they're going to tell you that they want to get under there, under the guys, that when they get up there, they're going to change. No, they ain't. They're going to bow down to the almighty dollar and bow down to those corporations like everybody else do. But let me tell you something, Pastor Dollar is not for sale and never will be for sale. Do you understand that? So I'm not worried about companies or corporations, because they ain't going to call me anyway, because number one, they don't like my character nor my demeanor. And they definitely don't like me being brutally, to the point of brutality, being brutally honest to you, the people. I'm gonna say it again. Learn how to take from this system. Take everything you can and hoard it, store it. That's what you need to do. Learn how to preserve yourself, because your country is not going to preserve it for you. Learn how to cultivate relationships with people who can be trusted. I mean, who have proven themselves trustworthy. Because like I said before, and I say it again, well done is a whole lot better than well said. And we got entirely too many people running their mouth and producing little, if of anything. Get rid of lazy people from your presence. Get them away from you. Once lazy, always lazy. They ain't going to change. Very few people are able to come up out of that laziness. Very few people can do it. Get around people who are going to follow biblical principles. At least they have some type of morality. Anarchy is going to hit this country, I'm telling you. So basically what they've done is they secured the debt for another few months, and they're going to be right back at this dog and pony show again at the beginning of 2014. And they're going to keep doing the same old thing because they have no solutions. Now, the bottom line is this is the solution, but nobody wants to hear it. We've been putting off the pain for a long time. And whether people like it or not, we are in a depression and an inflationary depression. We are in recession and been in recession and have never come out of it. The only reason why you can't see it is because of these boogers doing the same old things that they continue to keep doing, which is print more money, keep selling more debt upon the workers of the American people, because government can't produce anything. They only get what they get when they get it from you. They take it from you. They cut down this damn budget of the national defense. You could be well on your way to balancing the budget, but they ain't got the heart or the stomach to do it. We in trouble. As a people in a country, we are in some serious trouble. And I know, men, you can't see it because it has to hit you before you can wake up. As the old saying goes, you can't see the forest for the trees. Well, you passed out. Why are you sitting here talking like, I'm not caring about what they do in this country. I really, truly am not. I'm only, the only reason why I'm on this YouTube, continue to keep making videos because, I just got finished meeting a bunch of brand new people. I just got finished meeting. I know over 50, 60 something people I've never saw before who have been listening to my videos. First time I ever laid eyes on them. Beautiful people, wonderful people. They've been listening and they're making moves. They're getting it done. That is the reason why I'm there. Because the long as I continue to keep running my mouth and the long as I keep on talking, somebody is going to hear. And somebody is hearing. And somebody is taking the necessary moves that they need to take in order to listen, preserve themselves, get their spirituality right and stuff so that, hey, they don't suffer the pain of a lot of people who are just waiting, just literally waiting for this economy and for this country to crash and come down like a 2-ton heavy stick. They're woken up because of one voice crying in the wilderness. And that's exactly what I'm going to continue to keep on doing until nobody else is listening. And when nobody else is listening, Pastor Dow will cut off this camera and I will go outside and I will preach to the trees and I will prophesy to the wind, whether they hear or forbear. That's why I keep doing until the appointed time. So somebody's listening and I thank the Father for that. And ain't you glad for it too? I know I am. Somebody's listening. So take my advice. Start reconning. Take your time now. Just don't jump on any piece of land. Look for some land. Small piece of land you can put a nice little simple dwelling on. You live simple so that way you don't become refugees in this country. Because when they start cutting these social programs, Social Security, which is actually what you paid into, Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare, where they're going to saddle and force inoculation headed to the mark of the beast. That's what it's all about. They're going to force. They're going to cause all. You better. That's what they're saying. Receive this. Better. No options. And if you don't, you're going to be a penalty. You better get your heart right and your resolve and your mind right, because if you can't live free, you might as well get yourself ready to die. Because if you are not free, you're already dead already. And it's better to die than to beg. Get yourself ready and listen to wise people. Sometimes we're listening to too many people that ain't saying nothing. Follow those who have an example, a footprint to show you that they believe what they say because they live it. And I'm going to continue to keep on saying it. Get out of these population centers. You don't want to be caught dead there when a hammer falls. Now, I know the majority of people ain't going to listen. I'm not talking to them. I don't care. I don't care if they don't listen or not. But hey, at least I've done my part. And that's the truth. And that is the truth. Straight way. They don't increase the debt again. Kicking it down the road. We need to go ahead and feel the pain. Yeah, we do. Need to feel the suffering right now and many years to come. Because if we don't do it now, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse.